Boom, 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 boom. Baby, I really wanna love you. Oh, shit, my bad. Hey, what's going on, people? This your boy 6-Man K Styles, and you are now tuning in to the Heavy Hitters. Let's get it. What's going on, people? What's going on, people? What it do? I am your boy 6-Man K Styles, and welcome to Heavy Hitters Wednesday with your boys, the Heavy Hitters, aka the Stats, the Facts, and the Truth. I am 6-Man K Styles, and to my stage left, we got, I guess he's going by the name today, Lick It, Don't Flick It, the mad scientist, Mad Mike Sports. And to round it off, you gotta have the calm before the storm. This is the minister, Jew Talk Sports. 3 minds, 1 show, 1 flow. Welcome to the Heavy Hitters. So, before we start the show, ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah, we gotta hit them with the what? Good. Real. That was one of the sloppiest roll calls we did in a while. I guess that's what happens when you don't lick it and you don't flick it. But today's today's roll call, we're gonna kick it off with, man, we can't never get this shit right.
We can't.
That made you get off the camera right quick. This is hilarious. But today's roll call, we're gonna kick it off with Mr. Lee 85, Pat Norris, Fred Butts, Jammers, Mr. 58 in the building, Pamela Johnson, Big Ant in the building, Joseph Thornton, Chuck Ford, Dez Diggs, Jerry Bowie, Boomer the Falcon, Brian Peoples, Andrew G, Reggie C2K, Low Ski, Trey Hill, Sherman Wood. We got D Coleman, Sonia, appreciate you joining us, Michael Matthews, Red Swarm, my homie Liquor with Lenore, for all your mixers and drink and alcohol connoisseurs, go check out Liquor with Lenore. Mix you up a little drink over there. Alcohol, baby. You got Derek. You got John St. Clair, Nathan Floyd, Dane DiBiase, Rodney Reeves, Michael Walker, and ATL Leo. So we appreciate y'all coming in. We already heavy. I say we all go ahead and get it started here in 3, 2. Had to do the sudden cut like that. So, what's going on, people, man? Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Hopefully everybody had a good holiday. Had a good Christmas holiday. Everybody waiting for the New Year's to come. Hope everybody get their New Year's resolutions out the way. And hopefully we actually follow it this time instead of having a resolution for a week and then forget about it.
Well, I forgot mine.
I don't never have one. I don't never have one because I don't have no New Year's resolution because I write my shit down and try to get it accomplished every day. So, hey man, you know how we do. So
I'd have one this time, but I know I'm not gonna forget.
All right, so man, Mike Sports, would you do you have anything you want to kick us off with? Some news or anything in particular?
Something in particular. I normally have something. I don't think I have anything. Besides one thing that I saw that I don't quite believe because I think Jalen Carter is going to end up when he hit that old Jack Nicholson line, where you get a load of me. Remember that line? Y'all remember that line from Batman, the old Batman?
Yeah.
That's what Jalen Carter gonna be like at that. At the Skyline. Yeah, I when they get a load of that dude with that size, that's the strength that can literally pick up a grown ass man with one hand and smile about it. Can you say one word? No, I'm gonna say 2 words. Debo. Okay, that's what he.
Dude. Man, that motherfucker held him up. Look, he held him up like a trophy. That motherfucker held him like this and did this. He had that motherfucker like this.
I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do that to myself. They got him marked to the Falcons. They got him marked to the Falcons this early. Like I said, I'm not buying when they get a load of that dude. One thing I do hope, and this is just for my own selfish reasons, I really hope that they find that he beat up a cat, he killed the cat, or he beat up a woman in the 2nd grade. It's just something like that, just to kill his character or something, so he can fall to the Falcons. That just like I said, that is my own. All right, because we need some attitude. We need some thugs. We need a Debo on our team because Grady needs that help. Grady Jarrett needs that help. So I'm hoping that he finds something. Look, like I said, I hope he slaps somebody, grandma, pimp slap somebody, mama. Like I need for something to happen like that, just for my own, so he can fall all the way down to at least the 10th spot. Because the Falcons, in my opinion, are gonna, even if they win, these games is gonna be between the 6th and the 10th, the 6th and the 12th spot. So that'll kind of be in the having him somewhere in that spot. I just don't think, man. Trayvon Walker from the Georgia Bulldogs, he's an athlete, amazing athlete, but Jordan Davis is an amazing athlete, but that Jalen Carter, bro, that kid he just screams Calais Campbell, a young Calais Campbell for me, bro. I need that. I got to have it.
Pretty much what you say is more of an explosive, versatile nose tackle.
His hands are so damn violent. His hands are so violent, bro. You see him in the middle, he just throwing guys to the
Hey,
side,
hey,
like it's just
hey,
nothing.
hey, hey, I'm about to say we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna say that for later on. We're gonna say that for later on down
Mm-hmm.
the line. So they get but let me also
Mm-hmm.
say this before
We're
we get
breaking it
started
down.
with
We're
the
gonna break
program.
it down.
We're gonna break it down. So apparently Jared Bernhardt is designated to return this game. He is off the IR.
Hmm. Look like
So
Miss Megan was
far,
right. Look like Miss Megan was right. Good gosh. She said he would
but
eventually, get back.
so it's been officially announced today that he is designated to return to practice from IR. So he was in practice today. And it may be a possibility that we may see Justin Schaefer playing left guard this Sunday. It's a possibility.
I want to see something. I, Let me say something more real quick about that, because if that's the way that the Falcons are going to do things from this point on, um, it's a brilliant way. It's a brilliant way to truly develop talent, because what could happen? You put these guys, you know, on the roster. Find a way to hide these guys on your roster, man, and just take their time, develop them, let them get to understand and notice the system.
Mm-hmm.
They come back the next season, and now they can truly be athletes, because they're not learning the offense and they're not learning what Arthur wants. I think it's brilliant, man. I think it's
Right.
a brilliant way to develop talent,
Okay.
and it's real sneaky too. It's sneaky as heck, bro.
Oh. Oh yeah. That. Oh yeah. That's a very sneaky way of doing it. So let's go ahead and kick off the show, man. As y'all already know, man, we got the three keys, the heavy hitters, three keys. As we already know, the Atlanta Falcons will be facing off against the Arizona Cardinals
Mm.
this Sunday. The Falcons are a 3-point favorite in this game. Let me see what else. What else we got? As the Falcons sit at 5-10, the Cardinals sit at 4-11 right now. So what we're going to be dealing with the offense that averages 20.5 points per game, and a defense that gives up 26 points per game. So we're both kind of in
Buddha
that.
is Buddha has a broken shoulder. That's another thing.
That could play a part in it as well. But let's go ahead and get into these three keys, man. And today's show, who is going to be running the point? Who? 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 The minister, the calm before the storm, Mr. Jew Talk Sports. I'll go ahead and bless us and run the point for the night.
All right, well, you already know what you got to do, K Styles. K Styles, get the graphic. There it is.
Ah,
Capitalize in the red zone. In this last game, I wasn't on the post game show, but I vividly remember Tyler Algier had a walk in touchdown, crucial part of the game. K Styles know where I'm going. I always say it's those 3 to 4 plays in the game that changed the game, and that was one of those plays. He gets tripped up by Desmond Ritter. The blocking is perfect. I see the alley. He's gonna walk in untouched. He trips and falls for no gain on third down. And that's when I knew it wasn't our day. Right then and there.
That made me so mad.
Before I even went to fourth down, I said, yeah, it's not the Falcons' day. When you have a walk-in touchdown, blocked perfectly. I mean, you got Dahlman actually blocking. His guy in the lane is right there, and you trip and fall and get tackled for no gain. Basically, you tackle yourself. You trip over. I think he tripped over Desmond Ridder, and it was a whole bad exchange. He falls, and he had a walk-in touchdown. That's when I knew, like, yeah, it ain't our day. This isn't our season. So, with that being said, we got to score touchdowns. You guys know I say it every week with this team that margin of error for victory, like every single game. What hurts so bad, and I watched pretty much all of the shows this week when y'all had on the AFN crew, y'all had on the guys on the show with you guys, or the therapists, y'all all were just talking, and I was watching the show. Is what kind of frustrates me is this team, like when you're right there at the doorstep, every single game. You're not getting blown out. To me, those games hurt worse. If I'm getting my doors blown off, it's like, okay, whatever. This team, we rebuilding. We getting, like how the Bengals beat us. It's like, okay. To me, that didn't hurt as bad as when you know that these games are right there. You 2-3 plays away. You're maybe 2 or 3 playmakers away from being a playoff team. We got to score touchdowns in the red zone. We got to capitalize in the red zone because you don't get a lot of opportunities. Like, I mean, I can point to so many games. Like, we've lost, I don't know how many years we're going to keep saying this. We lose games a different way every single week. And it seems like it's one play that changes the game, 1 or 2 plays. I mean, this goes back to the Commanders game. You have CP wide open, ball tip, interception. I mean, it seems like this 4-game losing streak, it's been a different reason every week why you lose. But it always comes down to the last drive of the game. That's what's so crazy about it. And that's why I say you got to capitalize. You have 2 weeks in a row where Drake London gets the ball punched out in plus territory. Like, Drake London showed us, Drake London and Ridder showed us in this last game, a reason to be excited as Falcons fans, because those guys are big time. You've seen big time throws by Desmond Ridder. You've seen big time plays by Drake London, big time catches. And that's what you have to have. You got to be resilient. And these guys are showing us that they're resilient. So you got to capitalize in the red zone. To me, that's really what's been hurting this team. It's like you're getting in plus territory. You're getting right there. You're right there. Like, basically, I wanted to start with that Tyler Algier play because that just shows how close this Falcons team is. Like, you're literally on the 1-yard line, 2-yard line, and you trip over your own feet or you trip over the quarterback, and you don't get necessarily you don't get tackled by anybody. You tackle yourself. So it's just like it's been that type of year for the Falcons. So in this game, this is going to be the first start for Desmond Ridder at home. He started probably in 2 of the toughest places to play, New Orleans and Baltimore. So just that in itself shows that Desmond Ridder is going to be a really good quarterback, just for his resilience to be able to go up against those 2 teams. And really, the game was right there for the taking in both weeks. They didn't blow us out. You were right there in both of these games. Baltimore is arguably a playoff team. They're right there in the mix in the AFC. So even though we're sitting at 5-10, even though everybody's saying that the season is over with, which it is for our playoff chances, we've seen that this team is not going to give up. So in this game, score in the red zone. When you get in the red zone, you got to score 7. I don't want to see Younghoe Koo kicking field goals. You got to punch that ball in the end zone. In this last game, I think Arthur Smith showed what type of team we are, because you've seen us going for it on 4th down where he's just like, we don't got nothing to lose. If we can't win this game, we don't deserve to be in the playoffs. Like, forget kicking field goals. You pretty much seen us going for it on 4th down almost every time we were in Baltimore, we were in plus territory, or once we crossed the 50. So I think in this game, you just got to score in the red zone, period. You got to get the job done. And we have the team to do it. I seen someone in the chat mention, is Desmond Ridder going to throw his first touchdown in this game? I think he will, but I really don't care if he throws a touchdown or not. I just want to win. You've heard Arthur Smith say that, like, yeah, we're doing all of the things to improve, but at the end of the day, we have to win. We want to win. That's what players want. Desmond Ridder, let's see if he can get his first win, because that's what builds your confidence as a young team is winning games, because then you know that the formula works. Right now, the players are drinking the Kool-Aid. They've bought into this coaching staff. But once you start winning, that's what builds your confidence as a young player that, yeah, we can do this. And they've seen it every single week. We're right there. We just have to finish. That's all it takes. We just got to finish those 3 to 4 plays that I talk about. You know, the Tyler Algier tripping, you know, the ball getting batted and intercepted. Those are the basically the difference in wins and losses. We've seen we could have easily won this division, but at this point, we got to finish strong. That's what we've been hearing all week in these press conferences. Just finish strong. You heard Desmond Ridder as the leader on offense. You heard Arthur Smith. We want to finish this thing out the right way. So I think that they're going about it the right way. They're saying all the right things. Now we just got to go out there and do it. But I really think at home, for whatever reason, last year we didn't play well at home. But if you guys go look at the wins that we've had this year, we played well at home. So we actually are protecting home field this year. I think we only won 1 road game this year, and that was in Seattle. So in the last win we had, we was at the game, fellas. And I talked about that in my last video. Believe it or not, the Chicago Bears against the Falcons was the last home game where we actually won. So let's see if we can shake off this losing streak. But score in the red zone. Capitalize on your opportunities. When you get down there, if you score 7, that was another thing today. If you guys watch Arthur Smith's press conference, he said, I call them 4-point swings. You either going to kick a field goal to score a touchdown. You kick a field goal, that was 4 points off the board. You score touchdowns in the red zone, that's that 4-point swing. So a lot of these games are coming down to the end of the game, field goal, 3-point games. So if you score touchdowns, 9 times out of 10, you're going to win the game.
All right. Shout out to Dre Harrison for the $10 super chat. He said he was at the game. Algier did not trip on Ritter's foot. That man tripped on his own foot because it was 19 degrees in the stadium. His feet was numb because of the cold. Hey, man, rather he tripped on his own foot or Ritter's foot, he tripped up before the
goal. Yeah. We appreciate the $10, but at the end of the day, the turf monster, they say, got him. Somebody got him. He tripped on air. I know one of Baltimore Raven that tackled him because I seen it was perfectly blocked. The man had a walk-in touchdown.
He said somebody pushed that Buffalo Wild Wings button on his ass.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Nathan Ford, I know damn well he ain't getting no Go Dogs chant out of my ass. You talk to the wrong motherfucker. You ain't say that to the guy that got the hat on. Damn that. But yeah, man. Like I said, opportunities in the red zone has been I wouldn't necessarily been a problem. It's been a problem the last 3 to 4 weeks. Like I said, it's not really an issue that's been going on all year because, like you said, since that Chicago game, the red zone efficiency has not been where it needs to be on a consistent basis. So just gotta execute a little bit better, man. Definitely appreciate that. Let's go ahead and get in some of these comments. D. Coleman here said, do y'all believe in you are what your records say?
Hell no. No, absolutely not. It's all about your mentality, man. You go in there thinking you're gonna lose, or you go in there second guessing and putting your head down, and like Marcus Mariota was doing on the sideline. Those are the things that rub off on the people around you. If everybody's seeing that you're upset, pissed off all the time, it's gonna rub off. Nobody want to be around you. If you're happy, go lucky, smiling, you got the energy, that CP energy. You got that Tyler Algier bounce. That stuff is contagious, man. Like I said, it is. You are what you are. You are what you are. People see it on you. People see the smile on your face. People see that anger on you. Whatever your mentality, that's what the hell with a record.
It's about confidence. I was just talking about it. It's about the confidence. Be confident, and that's what I'm seeing out of Desmond Ridder, and that's what got my hopes up. You see, he's not scared to throw that ball in traffic and give Drake. How many times have I said it? I said it all this year when we had Marcus Mariota. Put that ball in a position where your guy can go up and make a play. Don't throw the ball out of bounds. Throw that ball where this guy can go up there and make a play. You've seen it like 3 or 4 times last week where Desmond Ridder just gave him an opportunity. I'm going to put this ball up in the air where he going to go up and get it. Mm-hmm. We seen beautiful pass down the middle of the field where he was in the slot. Where we got into the red zone where he threw the ball between 3 defenders. That's a feel, but that's also confidence. Desmond Ridder's not scared to let that ball rip. And that's what you got to do as a quarterback, because we know in the NFL, those windows close fast. So you can't be overthinking and hitching it. You got to just throw it. You can't be sitting there thinking. When you thinking, that's what we always talk about with Michael Walker. When you thinking, that guy already got the extra yardage. When you thinking, you got to be moving at all times.
Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, definitely shout out to one of our player partners. Was it Mike? Was it Devontae that said that Michael Walker ended up playing only 8 snaps last week?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, that's all I need to say right there. So let's go ahead and get to this next key, man. The next key to victory is
Gangsters, get the graphics.
And I know where you're going with this one. Bad Mike Sports, what you got for us?
I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. And I'm do we have that picture up, K-Styles, that we said we were gonna start using?
I ain't got. Hold on. Keep talking. Keep that for me. Keep talking. We're gonna get that going.
I see y'all gonna feel this. The reason why I think this is vital, and as you guys can see, Lamar who. Why did man might say Lamar who? Because there's a large portion of people that thinks that one particular player is going to make the difference in a team. One player has never made the difference in any team. You see, Steph needed Clay. LeBron needed a Kyrie. LeBron needed a K-Love. LeBron needed a D-Wade. LeBron needed a
Chris Bosh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Jordan need Pippen. Pippen need Jordan. We can keep going on and on and on again. So one player has never made a difference when it comes down to winning a championship. We've seen teams like the Tampa Bay Bucks where that defense was top notch, and I'm talking about top 5 for like 5 years in a row. They had like a stint where they was top 5 defenses every single year, but that offense just could never put it together. But when they put it together, when they got it, you know, Brad Johnson, the running game with Warwick Dunn, Allstott, and those guys. I don't know if Warwick Dunn was there. I'm pretty sure.
Michael Pittman.
It was Pitt. Yeah, that's who. Yeah, I don't think. But when they finally got it together, they got it together. But it wasn't that one particular person that put them over the hump. So the reason why I say this God. Right here.
Is this the one? Is this the one you talk about, Mike? Look to make sure is this the one you talk about.
Hold on. Let me see first.
Oh my God.
See, go ahead and click.
That's it. That's it, Mike.
Go ahead and click it. click it.
Oh, man.
we
Make me feel.
this is what it's all about.
Make me feel good.
Make me feel good. Look, we're not here to make you feel good. We're not here to make you feel good. Okay, I'm not here to sell y'all a dream and say Lamar coming to Atlanta is gonna be the difference maker. He's not gonna be the difference maker. He's not even a damn difference maker on his own damn team. He can't make it to the damn Super Bowl, but we're ready to get him $40-something million in our money. And I say this over and over and over again. Why has it Baltimore given their guy that had 2 years to think about this? Everybody getting paid, but Lamar. Every quarterback. We got rookie quarterbacks. We got quarterbacks that are still in their rookie deal who got their money, but Lamar hasn't got it. You got to really say to yourself, why hasn't Baltimore given him the contract? That's the question that I have for you guys. That's one question that I have for you guys. And two, what is he going to do we ain't already doing? We don't see what a running game can get us. We had the problem. I'm gonna say already. We had the greatest running game. We've had the greatest running game of all time with Mike Vick, Warwick Dunn, and T.J. Duckett, and that offensive line. I don't think in the history of the league there's been a greater. I don't think there's been a better offensive running game ever. And we're talking about totality. There's never been one more dynamic, more explosive. The Falcons had Shifty. They had a Shifty running back and Warwick Dunn. They had a power back in T.J. Duckett. And they had probably the greatest mobile quarterback that the NFL has ever seen. The most dynamic athlete the league has ever seen outside of Deion's primetime Sanders. So, again, what is Lamar going to do for us that we haven't already seen? That's the question. But the Lamar who part is going to pertain to one guy. One guy. Desmond Ridder. Everybody doing all this talking about Lamar. Bring in Derek Carr. I'm gonna need him to shut.
What? Huh? What?
What the?
Derek Carr.
Yeah, Derek Carr. Yeah, we got people out here saying the Falcons need to trade for Derek Carr. Yeah. So we're gonna see this. We're gonna see what Desmond Ridder is talking about because it's everywhere. It's on every platform, national, local platform, international platforms. Everybody saying Lamar is headed to Atlanta. People even making up fake tweets saying that the Falcons have already have a trade. It's already lined up for Lamar. And if I'm Desmond Ridder, I'm taking that shit personal. I'm taking it personal.
Mm-hmm.
Because I haven't even got started and y'all are already trying to get rid of him. So if this kid is who we think he is, this is the game. These next couple of games is where he shut everybody up. And I'm looking to see that attitude. I'm looking to see that leadership. I'm looking to see this decisiveness. I don't care about all them rushing yards and all that, highlight plays. I need to see a real, true leader. Because one thing that I miss in Atlanta that Michael Vick gave us is one thing that nobody can deny what Michael Vick that no quarterback, in my personal opinion, has ever had. That confidence, that swagger. I'm that motherfucker. I don't think nobody had that swagger. You can say Aaron Rodgers, but Mike Vick knew he couldn't be touched. He knew he was that damn good. You can see it in this. Even if he make a bad play, Mike Vick go, it's all right. You talk to me this time. I'll just run another 20, 50-yard pass on the 50-yard run on the next. He dropped the pass. Oh, don't worry about it. I'll just throw it out the crumple. Mike Vick had that arrogance, that confidence. I don't think any quarterback has had. He knew he was the shit. So I need for Desmond Ridder to have that same confidence. I don't give a damn about him being able to throw 80 yards. I don't give a damn about him being able to rush for 1,000 yards. I need that arrogance. I need that confidence that I know I'm the shit. The Falcons, if they're going to be the true Dirty Birds, I'm going to need that Arthur Smith attitude. I'm going to do what the fuck I want, when I want, and ain't nothing you can do about it. So I need that. I need to see that arrogance. I need to see that Kobe Bryant. I need to see that Mamba mentality. I need to see that Jordan. You say what to me? All right, I'll just hang up 50 on you. That's what I need from my quarterback. I need my quarterback because as great as Grady Jarrett is, he doesn't exude that type of confidence, that type of arrogance that I need. Falcons need to get back to that type of ball. You see Jesse the Hammer, Tuggle. There's one thing about Tuggle that I absolutely love is that he knew he was going to lay your ass out when he got a chance. He got near you, you going to feel it. I need that from my defender. I love AJ. I love Grady. I love Troy Anderson. But I need attitude. I need arrogance. I need my quarterback. And like I said, I love Drake. But I need that arrogance. I need that from my players. And that's the element that the Falcons fan base is searching for. They're longing for. They looking for another Trae Young. That's called a lot of people hate Trae Young because he got that arrogance. He don't give a damn about him shooting for a damn high court. The coach tell him, that's a bad shot. Yeah, whatever, coach. And go the next play, shoot another motherfucking half court shot, and that bitch goes straight to the bottom. That's the type of attitude that I need from my players. I'm going to do what the fuck I want, when the fuck I want, how I want. And I don't give a damn what the media says. I don't give a damn what the fans say. I need that arrogance for somebody on this Atlanta Falcons team. So, fuck Lamar. Fuck Derek Carr. And fuck you and all y'all rumors. I need for Desmond Ridder to show us what the fuck he got. Step up or get stepped on. Excuse me. Just a little. This shit, I felt like I had some pads on.
Man, shout out to Dre Harrison for another $5. He said, "Did y'all hear about the Pitts trade rumors and multiple teams calling about him?" I ain't no surprise. Hell, everybody call about everybody every week.
That happens all the time. That's not even.
But as Mike said, hold on, let me put it back up here. This is what he talking about.
Man, you can't be like that in America, the black man. I was just.
I'm not sure what you want me to do.
You know what I want you to do? I want you to make me feel better. I want you to make me feel good.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. That's this is a PG show. This is a PG show.
Made me feel good. I don't give a damn about making you feel good. So look, the hell with Lamar and the hell with all these rumors. We need to build this thing the proper way. We're not here to make you feel good. We need to build a team the proper way.
Hell no. These boys just died laughing.
I don't think they was ready for that one.
They wasn't ready for that, bro.
Oh,
Which I wasn't ready for it. but yeah, like I said, I definitely agree, man. We, like I said, you just looking for that. Give him a chance, man. And this is exactly what I was expecting was going to happen. Is if he doesn't tickle that itch, like they're gonna be looking for that next. They looking for that next person to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, like I said, that's a very good point as well. And then like you said about the Pitts trade rumors. Yeah, they field trades for players every week. It doesn't surprise me at all. You don't really, like I said, if somebody puts up a big ass offer for them, they're going to listen to it. That doesn't mean they got to take it.
Yeah, I'm listening to everything. I don't give a damn who.
Oh my God. Oh, I got everybody cracking up right now. Everybody cracking up right now. So, Ju pray for us because that was unexpected.
Look, he be making teacher red feel.
Oh yeah. I mean, they got kids. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Come on, man. He making teacher red feel good.
I know.
Yeah, we've been married for 10 years and I got 2 kids.
Is that he done jumped off the dresser a few. He done jumped off the dresser a few times.
Hey.
Shout out to Fenario for that quote right there. So
Man, y'all wild, man.
Brian Peoples with the 199 said, "Man, y'all ain't right with that Monsters ball clip." Hey, we gonna clip it too. So anytime somebody says anything about a quarterback to Atlanta, I want y'all to clip that part. We're gonna clip that part and we're gonna play it for them. Oh my God, I needed that laugh. Let's go ahead and get into this final key, man. It's kind of hard for me to go after that because that Monsters ball thing just threw everybody out of whack. We should have started the show like that, but it's all good. Final key, K Styles. Hold on. Get the graphic. I had to pull my Kanye out right quick.
Just a little bit.
A little bit.
Not too much.
Get it done early. If anybody caught the 6-man combo last night, and Mike actually put a clip out on his channel where as far as where we was talking about, well, as everybody knows, Arthur Smith had said that they were particularly going to be focusing on pass rush and interior rush. And I made a statement last night where I said the problem with the Atlanta Falcons, not just defense, but as a whole unit, the problem is the first quarter is the first half on both sides of the football. The Atlanta Falcons defense usually gets torched in the first quarter and a half. Because if you pull up a lot of the box scores, if you pull up a lot of the scores the Falcons have played in this year, on average, they've given up 6 points in the second half. And the problem with the offense is the offense usually scores more in the second half than they do in the first half. So that's one of the that like I said, that really has been one of the major Achilles heels for the Atlanta Falcons is getting to these slow starts. And we have to see them start early. It goes back to what Ju's key was. When you get in the red zone, you have to capitalize. Who can't be kicking field goals? This has been a pattern for really the Atlanta Falcons for the last almost 10 years. Why the hell you think an Atlanta Falcon kicker is always one of the top kickers in fantasy football? Defense has to get stops early too. They can't get ramrodded in the first quarter. And now you're expecting your offense to play catch up and try to get this team to catch up. And in six-man K Styles fashion, I'm going to keep it as simple as this. You know what? Let me see something. I'm going to keep it as simple as this.
I like that.
I'm going to keep it as simple as that. And I haven't said it all year, which is crazy as hell. But this is what we're talking about. You have to play 60-minute football. We can't come out slow. And this is one of the major reasons why the Falcons are 5-10. For $1. Yep. Y'all remember it. $1. 60 minutes, $1. That's all I gotta say on that, man. So y'all want to go ahead and start putting in your questions. Like I said, this is the final stretch, so everybody can start getting their questions in. And while we're doing that, I'm finna give y'all a little intermission break to go ahead and hit that like button. Since we played Make Me Feel Good, you know we gotta do this. Oh. Let me cut it up a little bit. Throw a little throwback on it. So make sure y'all go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Not only for Jew Talk Sports, not only for Mad Mike Sports, but six-man K Styles as well. Hit that like button. Share this with your peoples. Because at the end of the day, man, these people need to see these words. And I know it may have been some people peeking in here with the Lamar Jackson segment. Yeah, this was directed to y'all asses too, so we gonna hear about it soon. But let's go ahead and do it like this. Give it a few more seconds. Like I said, $1. Everybody came $1. John St. Clair here said. John St. Clair said. Also can't do 3 and outs on your first 2 possessions. The problem is the 3 and outs ain't really been the issue. Which is crazy. Hold on, pause the music. All right. The thing started glitching up there for a second. My bad, y'all. All right, we got a few questions in here that we can add. That they came in here. Fred Butts here got a question here that's very interesting. Do y'all think we spend big in free agency?
Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, for our own team. Like it's gonna start with our own team. They've said that already. Like we got guys that need to be paid. Like you got AJ, you got Chris Lindstrom just made the Pro Bowl. Like you're gonna have to pay your guys that's in house first. So what I'm interested to see is what guys they bring back because we know Lindstrom, McGarry, both of those guys played well. We didn't sign the 5th-year option for McGarry. So I'm interested to see what they do there. We know AJ gonna get the bag. We know Chris Lindstrom gonna get the bag. So those two guys, like I feel like they're going to get re-signed. Period. It ain't no questions. Like I said, you're gonna have guys that's coming up, and that's another reason why I'm like on the Lamar Jackson thing. I don't see it happening because you still got to pay your guys, and then you still got to pay your draft class. Like I don't know if they're gonna trade down. So if you take that top 10 pick, if it ends up being a top 10 pick, that's money as well that people forget about. That you still got to pay your draft class. So I really don't think they spend big. Do I think we could see them make like one splash signing? Hopefully, an edge rusher or like a veteran defensive lineman or a difference maker on the defense. I could see that, but I really think they're gonna start in house. And you heard when we had Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot last year, like during the offseason, they talked about it in their press conference that we want to reward our players first. If you ball out, we're going to reward you. Let's be real. If we had the money, chances are we wouldn't have let Foyer walk in free agency because they wanted to re-sign him, but we didn't have the money to do it. That's what it really came down to. So I think that we're gonna spend big, but it'll be the guys like Lindstrom and AJ that's gonna get big contracts. Outside of those guys, you may bring in one veteran guy, maybe one veteran splash signing. It just depends on how much money they're looking for. But for all those people that want Lamar Jackson, this is why we say don't bring Lamar Jackson here. We love Mike Vick. The reason I'm a Falcons fan is because of Mike Vick. He was an electrifying player from the same area I grew up in Virginia. But if you go out and make that deal, he's going to eat up so much of your salary cap, that you're not going to be able to go out and sign, the guys that we're talking about. So, if you want to be able to go out and make some splash signings and bring in a couple guys, you can't go in and, bring in a Lamar Jackson, get him $300 million or whatever he asking for and be able to, still retain the guys that you want to retain and also bring in other guys. So I think our best bet is just to stick with Desmond Ridder for now because he's on a rookie deal, which a lot of the teams that have won in the past, that's the way you want to go about doing it, is bringing in. You've seen Russell Wilson on his rookie contract with the Legion of Boom. They was able to pay all of those guys on the defense, build a defense around him, and then they were able to win a championship. But once Seattle paid Russell, they couldn't afford to keep the Legion of Boom together and all of those guys. So, I think people don't think about that, but this is a hard cap league. So we've told you guys before, everybody got the same amount of money. This ain't the 90s where you can just pay everybody. And, if your pockets is deep, it's not based upon how much money the owner makes and how much money he has. Everybody got the same amount of money, and you got to balance out the books. So there's going to be some hard decisions that got to be made. Y'all were talking about it the other night. I'm interested to see what happens to Caleb McGarry. I know for a fact that Chris Lindstrom getting signed. I know for a fact AJ getting signed. But I can't speak for Lindstrom. I can't speak for these other guys. And then we also have to keep in mind, eventually Kyle Pitts is going to need to be paid. Eventually Drake London is going to need to be paid. Like, yeah, these guys are a little bit further down the road. But normally if you're balling like a Kyle Pitts, you don't like to let your rookie guys that are on the rookie pay scale, you don't want them to get to that last year they deal when you get into a bidding war. So usually you see those guys get signed a little bit earlier, maybe the 3rd year instead of that 4th year or that 5th year option. Usually you try to pay those guys a little bit earlier. So you also have to balance that in your book, in your checkbook as well. So yeah, I don't think the Falcons are going to make any huge signing, maybe one splash signing. Mainly they're looking at our players. Who can we retain that already know this scheme? Because I told you guys before, we've seen it. When you go out there and you go for the unknown, you don't know how they're going to play for us. They might be balling in the scheme that they're in, but you try to plug them into your system, they may not flourish the way that you thought they would. Where you seeing these guys like AJ in practice every day, you know what he's going to give you. You know what he gave you for the last 2 years in this scheme. You know what Chris Lindstrom's going to give you. You know what McGarry's going to give you. When you go start talking about free agency in the draft, that's when you're entering into the unknown, where it's like, okay, boom or bust. So that's sometimes that could be dangerous.
What you got on there, Mike?
Oh.
No.
Hell no. That's all. I just wanted to show off my parts. That's all.
Oh, whatever.
Hell no. Again, we have the thing is what you stated is we have a lot of young players. The last thing that you want to do is be the 49ers. Have a young kid in Alden. What was it? Alden Smith.
Mm-hmm.
And they pretty much gave up on him. Then he went to Dallas and this became a monster at Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
I can't take that. I just can't. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see another 95 Deion Sanders lead the Falcons and then win the damn Super Bowl. I don't want to see that. I don't want to deal with that. Okay, I don't want to have to see that. Don't want to do it. I can't take that. So I think the best thing to do is just take care of home, bro. If wifey is happy, everybody else happy. She doing, she getting what the hell she want. Everything good. Everybody eating good. Everybody got a little something in their pocket. Everybody happy. So I say take care of home, bro. Like my thing is why go out and get all these players that other teams don't want, because they obviously don't want Lamar. All right, as much as y'all want to in denial. All right, y'all want to feel good.
Do we gotta play it again?
Y'all want to feel good. They want to feel good. They want to make you feel good.
Hold on. No. One more again. All right. Here we go. That's what they want.
That's it. They want to make it. They want to feel good. That's all. They want to feel good. We're not here to make you feel good. We got to take care of home. Take care of AJ. Take care of our newly named Pro Bowler and Chris Lindstrom, who could be one of the greatest guards in the history of the game because he's that damn good right now. So, like I said, man, take care of home, man. I don't give no damns of no flying fizzes about no damn Lamar, and I don't give a damn about everybody else. All this other people trash. I'm tired of bringing everybody else trash, and then we get here thinking they're gonna do something, and they end up being absolutely nothing. I don't want that. So take care of home. I'd rather deal with that than anything. I'm gonna say this. Let me say this real quick, K-Style. The reason why the Falcons failed recently because of two things. They failed because they didn't understand the importance of Rashid Hageman, who was a role player, and they didn't appreciate Vic Beasley.
Say that again.
They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear. They did not appreciate what Vic Beasley was doing. We can't even get motherfuckers get 3 sacks in the season right now. This man was getting us 6 or 7 every year, and now we can't get it back. Appreciate what you got, bro. Because you think you don't get it for everybody else. We had Mr. Dante Fowler. pay him $40-something million. He couldn't even get 3 sacks in a damn season. Appreciate what you got at home, bro. Just saying.
Oh man. Yeah, man. Like you said, and even if there's some defensive players that's in there in free agency as well, like you said, the first thing you want to do is take care of home. Like you said, you got Rashad Evans, who's going to be a free agent. I'm looking at some notable possible Falcon free agents, and the list goes as Lorenzo Carter, Caleb McGarry, Rashawn Evans, Isaiah Oliver, Keith Smith, Demir Bird.
Those some key names you name in K-Styles. Those some role players you talking about. Lorenzo Carter, your favorite fullback, Keith Smith, in that running game. Like, these are guys you're going to have to pay.
The kids, yeah. And like I said, these ain't gonna be no guys that you have to break the bank for, but like you said, you gotta have a nucleus here. Like I said, even if they may not be that expensive, you still gotta take care of that first before you start looking outward. And like you said, once you take care of that and you see what you got, then you can, and you also have to take out the money that you're going to need for the draft class. Now you figure out what you're going to do. That is how you attack free agents.
And if you're going to bring in a free agent pass rusher, bring in somebody that did done it for more than one season.
Yeah.
That's my biggest issue with the Falcons. We always want to bring in somebody that had one good season.
One hit.
And I said, if you're going to do that, that's what Mike, I said, say it again with Vic Beasley. We criticized Vic Beasley. I hear people calling him, he was a bust. He was not a bust. The problem is, like you said, you're always out there looking for something else instead of what you got at home. And sometimes the grass ain't green on the other side. You get across the street and you see that grass is brown as well. Like, you from across the street, everything look good till you get over there, and then it's like,
you get over there,
man. And that's what the problem with the Falcons has been. It's like we always think the grass is green on the other side, and then when we get over to the other side, it's like, okay, I pulled up Vic Beasley's numbers, I pulled up Dante Fowler's numbers. You basically traded the same player, but one thing you can say about Vic Beasley that you can't say about Dante Fowler, he led the league in sacks, and I told people, I said that was the biggest. That was the worst thing that could have ever happened to Vic Beasley, was him exceeding everybody's expectations, because then it was, you got to give me 16.5 sacks or 15.5 sacks every single season or you're a bust.
Right.
Which you got guys that have never gotten 15.5 sacks in their whole career.
Right. Oh, man. Jamaris, he said, which player on offense and defense needs to step up? Hey, like you said, pretty much the same players every week. Drew Dalman need to step up. I'm just making this quick and simple. On offense, Drew Dalman has to step up. He has to be stronger at the point of attack. And on defense, whoever the hell corner number 2 is, because we don't know. Whoever the hell corner number 2 is, because we don't be knowing what two drives it'll be. Darren Hall, he getting blew up, and then Cornell Armstrong come out of nowhere like, wait a minute,
where the hell you come from?
Exactly. So yeah, I took that question. So yeah, whoever the hell corner number 2 is, and
I'm gonna need Jalen Hawkins to step up. Like he's always in the right spot, but he's not making no plays, man. I don't need that as strong safety. We need strong safety to make an impact. He's not making an impact. He's just there. That's not good enough.
Him and Richie Grant, both of them.
Both.
With your safeties, those are your erasers. Those guys, Richie Grant been disappointing me the last week. That that Saints game, you diving when you don't need to be diving. Like you the last line of defense. Like you can't have those type of plays as a safety. Those that are your erasers. When you start hearing Dean P start saying names like Ed Reed, you can't start comparing them to these great players. They didn't make those type of mistakes, and when they did, the next play they made something happen. If Ed Reed dove and missed the tackle and somebody scored a touchdown, 9 times out of 10, some point in that game he gonna pick the ball off and take it to the house. Just like we seen Cordell Patterson at that game we was at when they punched the ball out. Next thing you know, this man running it back. Like, okay, I'm taking it out the end zone. I don't care. I'm 10 yards deep. I'm coming out with this one. Like I already knew he was coming out because he was pissed. That's what playmakers do. They reward you. They make a mistake, they go get it back. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the right name for them, the erasers, because they be erasing themselves out the goddamn play.
They supposed to be covering up that corner number 2's flaws. You were talking about who corner number 2. Your safety's job is to cover up the flaws of your corners. That's their job. So Mike just said it, like not just Hawkins, both of those guys on the back end. Their job is to have Cornell Armstrong's back. Their job is to have Darren Hall. They the last line of defense. So when we talk about explosive plays, Dean Pease is putting all the pressure on them. If you look at any defense he's coached, Rodney Harrison, Ed Reed, he always put that pressure on his safeties to be those guys to step up and make plays.
Right. Yeah, because I was about to say, boy, Richie Grant he was looking like Thomas Day Cool the last couple of weeks. Looking like, bro, what the hell?
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. We ain't got that picture, dude.
Nah. We ain't got no more. If anybody remember the Thomas Day Cool, the infamous Thomas Day Cool picture, it's in the archives. We're gonna bring it back out soon.
Whoa. Hey, woman. You can't come in here proclaiming to be the great one. The great one is me. You gotta recognize, woman. Talking about the great one. Huh? What?
Oh my God. Sonya asked the question here. She said, do you think we'll draft a center or sign one in free agency?
That's a tough question.
It depends on the market. It depends on the market.
You gotta do both.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I take that back. It really depends on how they see Matt Hennessy. I totally forgot about him. He's been injured, and that's the thing too. These guys are battling for a spot, and I think Matt Hennessy can still push for that spot. So there's still an open competition.
Right.
I'm gonna just say, like I said, man, I think when it all comes down to it, yeah, I more than likely I could see that I can draft one between the 4th and 7th round because he'll be young enough, but he'll also have time to kind of develop and learn the system. So I think they'll end up drafting the guy because Arthur obviously wants his guys. And if this center has a little bit left, he has a couple years. I don't think the Falcons are a year away from the playoffs. So I can see them signing a veteran guy or drafting the guy around the 4th and 5th round to kind of sit him for a year, learn. And if they want to move on from Dahlman, he's ready.
Yeah. And the thing too that's going to play a big factor as well as free agency dealing with Caleb McGarry is Jalen Mayfield. Like you said, it's a whole lot of spots that can be filled. Like you said, we've seen what the veteran center route in free agency has done for the Falcons in the past.
the Saints too. I forget who that was. Unger, Max.
Yeah,
Unger?
Max.
I think
I think they traded for him. I think. Yeah,
Yeah, they
traded
did.
for him.
They
Was
traded
it?
Jimmy Graham for him. Yeah.
Right. And I
Yeah.
think he was like his 28th, 29th year or something like that. And they got they got a few years out of him. So
Yeah,
I
they
can
just
see that.
Right. So so I can see it both ways. Like you said, it just depends on what the market is for the center position. Like you said, if it's not too expensive, if you get like a veteran center, like D. Coleman brought up a guy like Jason Kelsey. Like this guy that you may not need him for a couple years. You might just need him for a year or so. That help the guys behind him. Hey, I'm down for it. A guy that can help Ritter as well. So
Yeah.
I can see that.
One. That's tough. I don't know. I think they probably give Dahlman one more year, but I don't know what they feel about Hennessy. Because you guys know Mike said it, like they want their guys. That's the reason Hennessy wasn't the starter. But I'm interested to see if they'll try to use Hennessy at that guard position. Because I think Wilkerson was just on a 1-year deal. But when he actually played in that one game for Wilkerson, he played well at the guard position. So I don't know what they'll try to do, but if you can get a veteran, I think that would be the smartest thing to do, because I feel like if you just go draft a center, unless you're taking somebody like in the first round, like you know that this is a bona fide, center that's going to come in and run the show, why take the risk when you already been developing this guy? You know what I'm saying? I see them still trying to develop Dahlman because our coaches, as we say, they hard-headed, which they should be. This their team. They're going to do what they feel is right, what they want to do. So I feel like at any point, I think at this point, they're going to give Drew Dahlman, that leash. He's going to have to compete for it, of course, but I could see him being the starter again next year because I know how Arthur Smith and how this regime kind of runs now, that they're going to, see he has to play horrible for them to be like, all right, we're going to cut the tie, especially because he's on the rookie contract. So I think they're going to give Dahlman one more try, one more year to prove himself. He's going to have to battle it out in training camp, but you guys know I was a Hennessy type of guy. I was Matt Hennessy all the way. Whether he was their guy or not, to me, Hennessy outplayed him for the position. I think it was just he wasn't drafted by this regime. So they kind of said, well, this is the guy we drafted. This is the guy we scouted. We trust our scouts, and you know what I'm saying? We trust our coaches, the guys I brought in my coaching staff, which they have their right to do that. So I hope that Dahlman gets it together. To be honest, Dahlman hasn't played too bad the last couple weeks. He just can't stop getting bull rushed. That's his biggest issue. If he just needs to lift some weights, that's all he needs to do. Just get in the weight room this offseason. In the weight room, he has the technique. He just gets bull rushed all the time.
All the time.
But let's go ahead and wind it down. Let's go ahead and wind it down, man. Like I said, we're gonna go ahead and give you your nights back. So we definitely appreciate everybody. Let's go ahead and put some of that heavy hitters magic on.
Mm-hmm. This episode will be on Spotify and all the podcast platforms about 10:30, 11 o'clock. So y'all check it and close us out.
All right, man. So y'all make sure y'all go ahead, like I said, hit that subscribe button if you're new to these channels. Jew Talk Sports, Mad Mike Sports, 6-Man K Styles. And tune in tomorrow on AFN for Dirty Bird Thursday, followed by the Rex Hit. So make sure you give everybody some love. Subscribe to AFN. So until next time, people, we ain't here to play.
Oh no.
We here to stay.
Ooh yeah, dig it.
You ain't gotta go home.
You gotta get the hell up out of here.
Deuces.